Hi, I'm Christina and this is a book review of The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. So this is a mystery novel slash historical fiction novel and it was published in 2024. Now I will just start by saying that I absolutely love this book. I've given it 5 stars. So this is a dual mystery. In the past we have a boy who is missing and in the present we have a girl who is missing. Now the boy and the girl are actually brother and sister. So the 2 missing children in this story are from the same family. Now the family is called the Van Laar family and they are very, very wealthy. They own a large house, they own a lot of land, they own the summer camp, and they are the main employer, I would say, in this area. They employ a lot of the local people. So it is kind of a rich people story as well. There's a lot of small town vibes. There are lots and lots and lots of characters in this story. It is jam-packed full of characters, and I did have to make notes as I was going through it just to kind of keep everybody in check. And I just really, really enjoyed it. I thought the characters were excellent. There are so many of them, and yet they all feel like individual people. They don't feel like just characters in a story. They feel like real life people with their own issues and problems and secrets. And yeah, it was just a really, really good book. I thought the characters were excellent, a real highlight of this story. And I really enjoyed the multiple points of view as well. So this story is told through 7 different perspectives, and there are so many other characters too. So the first perspective is a woman called Louise, and she is 23 years old and she is the camp counsellor. And then our second perspective is Tracy, and she is one of the campers, and she's the kind of new best friend of the girl who goes missing in the present. Our third perspective is Alice, and she is the mother of the missing girl, so she is Mrs. Van Laar. The fourth perspective is Jacob, and he is a convicted serial killer. He is in prison at the start of the book. The fifth perspective is Carl. He's somebody who knows the family, works for the family, and also had a friendship with the little boy who went missing in the past. And then our sixth perspective is Judita, and she is a state trooper. She arrives on the scene when the girl goes missing in the present. And our seventh perspective is Victor, and he also works for the family, but there's a little bit, he's kind of part of the family too, because he's been there a long time, lots of different kind of backgrounds that I won't get into in terms of relationships in the past. So yeah, we have 7 different perspectives. It really is a big multiple point of view book. It's quite a chunky book as well, and I just really, really enjoyed this. I will say it is a very slow burn mystery. It's very, very slow. The only criticism I would probably have, and it didn't stop me giving this book 5 stars, is that I would say the mysteries themselves are maybe a little bit lackluster, the way they wrap up. So I was maybe hoping for a little bit something more spectacular, a little bit something more exciting, but the way that they are resolved is a little bit tame, a little bit lackluster. But honestly, I was enjoying this book so much. I was enjoying the characters so much, and I was enjoying the setting and the way that it was written, that it did not affect my star rating at all. I was quite happy enough with the ending, because I don't want to say anymore, but I did like it, but I was expecting something a little bit more spectacular, I would say. But yeah, I just had a really, really good time with it. So the girl who goes missing is called Barbara, and we follow her quite closely, but obviously she doesn't get her own perspective. We only see her through other different characters' eyes, and the book itself is also split into kind of chapters where we focus on different characters, and then we hear from multiple point of views within those chapters. It also plays with time in a very interesting way, which I really, really enjoyed. So it's set across 4 different time periods. We have the 1950s, 1961, 1973 and 1975. So we'll go back and forth between different characters and their different perspectives, and we'll also go back and forth between the time periods with the same character. So for example, we'll see one character and we might see them in the 1950s, and then the next chapter will introduce them in 1961 or 1973. So it plays with different perspectives and different time periods, and I found that really fascinating. It must have been very difficult to write because she really kind of keeps hold of that very, very well. And I really liked that way it was written. It felt very novel. We're just kind of going back in time, and I really enjoyed playing with the different characters' perspectives and playing with the different time periods, and putting it all together was very, very interesting. We'd kind of learn a huge chunk of information about somewhere, and then we just shift in time, and then we'd shift perspective and then shift back in time, and I just really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a really, really good book. And I will say it's also really, really well written. I love the way that she writes. It's kind of beautifully written. It's so easy to read this prose. It's written really, really well. And I think a lot of mystery and thriller novels can be a little bit simplistic in their writing, perhaps. I don't think that's an unfair criticism to say, but I really, really like the way she wrote this. It feels very literary. It feels kind of literary fiction as well. And I love that kind of genre. So I really enjoyed it, and I just really enjoyed the characters too. So in the past we have a little boy who went missing who's called Bear, and in the present the little girl who's gone missing, obviously his sister. She is older and she never met her brother because he went missing before she was born, and she is called Barbara, and she's at the summer camp. And I really like the setting of kind of the summer camp vibes, and we have like small town vibes, multiple POV. We have a lot of found family vibes in this, which was very nice. We have a lot of kind of people struggling with their own mental health, people struggling with depression, people struggling with addiction, alcoholism. And I think it was really interesting to see how the disappearance of Bear kind of ricocheted across the whole cast of characters. Obviously his mum and dad were affected, his grandparents, but also so many other people were affected. It is definitely one of the best mystery novels I have read in a very long time, and it's definitely the best mystery novel I have read this year. I just really, really enjoyed my time with it. It's a really complex, rich novel, and I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed all of these characters, and it felt very, very real. I just had such a good time with it. It's written so, so well, and there's so many different themes explored. Like I said, there's motherhood, there's coming of age, there's kind of difficult, dysfunctional family relationships, there's the divide between the rich and the poor in this small town, the difference between class. There is so, so much covered in this story, and I think she did it all very, very well. And she really takes her time with this novel. It's such a slow burn mystery. It's really easy to kind of just sink into this world and sink into these characters. I would highly, highly recommend this book. If you have read it, I would love to know what you thought of it down in the comments below. If I've convinced you to read it, definitely let me know that too. And come back and tell me what you thought of it once you've read it. I am 100% going to be reading more by Liz Moore. If you have read any of her other books, definitely let me know what you thought of them. Which one do you think I should read next? I am ready to dive into her backlog because I just had such a good time with this book. Every single time I had an opportunity to read and to pick up this book, I chose to do so because I was just enjoying it so, so much, and it's just written so beautifully. I really, really like the way that she writes. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like the video if you've liked it, and please do subscribe if you'd like to hear more of me talking about books. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.